Yeah, with that little animated character which I've made, it's pretty much like the closest thing I can get to for like a VTuber kind of thing. I just don't have the assets for it, so this is all I can do for the moment. Testing, testing, one, two, three. How's it all sounding? Hmm? And more importantly, how's this looking? I believe it's sounding alright at the moment. I know. I'm just barely peeking my head up. I just didn't want to jump scare you right away. But, it's looking good? So far, yeah. um... Alright. Ooh. Oh. Oh yeah, totally. Oh. Hmm. Hmm? Oh. He? Just, I'm just taking it easy. Probably don't want to, jump out right at ya like that. Because that's not really what I want to do. Huh? Hmm? Hmm? Heya! Here I am. Yeah. This is what has gotten me. Woo! Okay, can't do that. Anyway, hello and welcome to this stream, which is my VTuber debut. And how are we this morning, afternoon, or evening? Alrighty then. Yeah, totally. Let's go. But like how many years I've been streaming? But it's like since 2022, I believe. Let me just adjust myself a little bit more here. And make sure everything's in its right spot. It looks fairly alright. Yeah. Yeah, now you can see me in this whole new form. For like when I started streaming in 2022. Well, actually, it was actually much longer than that, but it's like back in 2022, which I was streaming with like a PNG kind of thing, which was really the cheap alternative for me. So now I have this here, which I can use for all upcoming streams and everything, instead of like, you know, this thing. I'll tell you what, this is so good that I'm finally gotten to this point. And also quickly, just one thing. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah, I can totally get what you mean now. Well, oh, hang on. Anytime now, settle down. Some careful positioning may be required from time to time. Okay, here we go. I might just set myself down just a tiny smidge more. Hey! What? My biggest smile? I'll try it, but like... Well, at least that's the best I could do right now. But yeah, whew. Honestly, this day and hour could not come quick enough. Not at all, but finally! And this has been 4 months in the making. 4 long months. And I've got quite a story to tell with that, that's for sure. And, I got quite a story on how I got to this point, which I can actually... Like... Which can I actually tell my journey to this point. So it largely started off with... with pretty much building my own career in art. And at one point I've gotten quite stuck. And I figured the only way to progress is to take up 3D modeling. And I even kind of wished that the college I went to, in a way, taught 3D modeling. And that was until I was actually talking to my dad about that, and he even said, or even suggested, that I should look at some university courses. And I thought, well, I guess I should. And it wasn't until I think like a year later or so, in which I was, that was like during the time which I was streaming on my channel. And of course with that PNG thing which I showed you earlier, and as you would have seen in my previous ones. And I largely thought of commissioning an entire model from someone. But then it pretty much came to me, which I thought, only I know what I truly want. And I thought, you know what? I should do it myself. So, back in September of last year, in 2024, that's when I applied for a 3D modeling course in university. And it was a little bit bumpy, that's for sure. It kind of started off with just doing a whole bunch of nonsense, like, why do I have to do this? But apparently it was all necessary stuff. I thought, alright, we'll just slug through it, and we'll get to the good stuff eventually, which I certainly did. Got to some of the 3D modeling stuff, and not just 3D modeling, but also animation as well. And yeah, really good stuff, which I learned in that subject. Hey! Woo! So with the 3D modeling part of it over, I got to work on this. This model that you can see right now. Toybox Books, thank you so much. And to you too, Cheeky Boy. Although the 3D modeling part was fairly easy, the next part, oh boy. I've had several problems on the next bit. That was regarding the formatting. and also the rigging too, which the rigging part wasn't really the biggest issue for me, but rather getting it into a workable format. And that was the biggest issue with it right now, which I probably just said twice now. Ugh. Apologies. But, I've looked at many other solutions on trying to get around this issue. And unfortunately, I did not have much luck with it. So as a last resort, I reached out and got help with the whole rigging process. And I was able to get in contact with him and get that all done, and here I am right now. Elvis Bijoy, thank you so much. Hello. And the one to help me out with the whole rigging process and get me to this point was Glade. He was the one I reached out to, and he was the one who helped me out. So huge, huge thanks to him. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have gotten to this point. And now with everything all set up and ready to go, here I am. Hey. Woo! So then, one other thing I can even talk about. Model overview. Whoops. Sorry, I was adjusting myself there, and I got one of these seats with like adjustable armrests, and it slipped onto me. Woo. So here's a fairly good display of me here. And yeah, this is what I've been working on entirely over the 4 months, and this is what I've like made myself. So basically, I made the model, and Glade, the one I just gave a shout out to, was the one who rigged the model for me. And what I actually think of it myself overall, well, this is actually, and this is coming from me, who made the model. It's not perfect, I'm going to admit. There are some anomalies here and there, especially some polygonal anomalies and some in the texture. But this is just at the stage I'm at. But even with the kind of flaws I have with it, at least at the current time, I'm going to tell you that fortunately, this model that you see right now is not the definitive version. Once I further learn about the 3D modeling program I used to make this model, I can guarantee you that I can get better from here. So you basically think of this as a sort of version 1.0, as you could pretty much put it. But yeah, this is what I've become now. Just letting you have a nice, good look at me. Kimberly Gonzalez, g'day, how you doing? Yeah, I'll just do like another like full rotation here. I'll try to keep myself centered here, so you can have a Nice, good look. Good to know, Kimberly. Ah. Well, it's the middle of the day where I am. Down here in Australia. Moratokail, hello? G'day, how you doing today? And I'll just zoom myself in as best as I could. Come on. You can get a closer look at me. Hey, thank you, Kimberly. Thank you. But also as I've said, how it's not perfect, at least in its current form. Again, that's just the level I'm at right now. But actually, there's something I could actually tell you. There's this bit of advice that one of my design teachers from college gave me in my class. His advice is start off stupid. Basically, his idea is that if you're making or designing something, and as your skills improve, you can get so much better from there later on. So pretty much, if you think something looks good now, just imagine how better you can make it much later. Because, yeah, and that's pretty much where I'm at right now. This current stage. Whoop, hang on. Yeah, so I'm sort of keeping in that same kind of style with that PNG avatar I used. That cartoony style. I mean, I tried to keep with it the best I could, at least. And yeah. Yeah, so like I carried over much of the details and such as possible. Yeah, and I know I'm getting a little out of proportion here. So I'm so sorry. I will set it back eventually. Did stream end? No, I've just started it. What do you want about? Yeah, have a nice another long look. With like the my whole title model stuff and even the accessories which I made for it. And speaking of which, I even noticed that even the textures for it are a little out of whack, but no big deal, that's gonna be an easy fix. And sure, like my markings may not be the same as that other one I used, like no like facial markings like I had on the other one. But suddenly, I got the stripes. Because I can never go wrong with the stripes. Nobody can. Especially if you're making a Thyla scene like this. And I thought I'd keep it updated with the latest, or one of the latest Thyla scene animals that we got in Animal Jam. Yep, like so. Oh yeah, I can blink. But that's where I've gotten to right now. Alright now, that's enough. Enough looking at my butt. But yeah, I can blink. Like so. I blink my eyes. And my model blinks. Although, actually, the thing is, with the software I'm using to have him move, which is VC Face, that's the program I'm using. Like normally when I'm on my PC, like for so long, I usually wear these pair of glasses which blocks the blue light from screens. But the thing is, when I put my glasses on while I'm using VC Face and with a model active, it does that. It goes all funny. I think it's because the glare from my monitor is reflecting onto the glasses, which sort of makes it go out of whack, so I might have to look at maybe something like a blue light filter screen, or a blue light filter screen, to put on my monitor. So I don't have to... so whenever I'm streaming, I don't have to worry about having my eyes hurt after doing or during or after a stream. Am I going to be online today? Well, actually, probably not. I'm only going to be here for like an hour or so, because I'm mostly just showing off this model and basically debuting as a VTuber now with this stream. Yes, it is indeed, as Cheeky Boy here has just said. Anywho, one of the things I want to ask you in this next segment, what do you think? How do I look? Am I looking good? Despite some things which are a little out of whack here and now? Yeah, even I would think so. Because with that other one, which is just like an animated PNG, that's all it did, just like it did a looping animation. And I couldn't really express myself much with it. And even one of the things that I was contemplating were the eyebrows. Just to go on one more bit about the overview, was that sort of debating whether I wanted to, but I thought I might as well, because I heard that eyebrows are one of the best ways to give expressions, which I'm definitely going to look into and figure out and apply more to it. Oh yeah, that feral quest with the mud monsters. Totally. You have to go around the swamp and find what's his name's backpack. But still going on topic with what you think. We will get to a segment in which we can chat. So hold tight. I do also want to ask you, are there any negatives that you want to share about this model? Like any criticisms? Constructive, of course. Because I want you to be brutally honest about it. Whatever negatives you want to say, I want to hear it. Because if I don't get any sort of like feedback like that, I can't really make it better. Is there anything you want to say? Like, any negatives you want to say? Because I'm all for it. I'm listening. Anyone? Okay then. Well, I'm glad you think so. Because really, I'm one of those sorts of people in which, if I've made something and there's a bit of criticism or creative creative of course, and any sort of negative feedback that you want to say, like I'm willing to listen because it's actually a way for me to learn from it and get better. Because, like with some other people that would take like negative feedback like that quite harshly and just feel like crashing out, you tell me any negative feedback, you'll actually find me with a notepad writing down some notes. From Disney. I never really thought of myself that way. What do I look like? Eric Jaeger? Yeah. Okay, sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but g'day and thank you very much. Yeah, if it is Eric? Oh, Eric? I'm sorry. And I'm willing to assume the second name is Jaeger. Oh, Jager. Well, anyway, but now I've gotten to this point, I'm going to tell you what I've got planned from now. It's certainly going to be some upcoming streams, that's for sure. Like, now that I've gotten this done, I can get back to you. And yeah, like that's why I've pretty much been gone for like 4 months. Because I've been working so hard to bring this to the channel. And just for the... Well, actually, yeah, one more thing to even say, because one of the things I said in my updates was that I was saving a lot of those ideal streams until after I got this done. And then I'm back here as a VTuber. So now, having written down a list of things to get to streaming on, I'm going to give you a sneak peek of what you can expect to see. And it's probably going to block me a little bit, but it's only going to be up for like a few seconds or so, but here's what I've got planned for upcoming streams for you to look forward to. It is it's going to be a stream of Animal Jam Classic Minigame Arcade Revisited. So effectively, I'm going to be getting back to the minigames on Animal Jam Classic as a stream, because that's like one of my first few series I did, in which I played through all the minigames in Classic. Oh, hang on. Probably move this out of the way so the chat's not blocked. There we go. And another thing is still sticking with Animal Jam Classic, it's the adventures also revisited. And another stream of Animal Jam, this time the one previously known as Play Wild, so it's now just called Animal Jam. A stream of Minigame Arcade, in which I'm playing pretty much a lot, if not all of the minigames in Animal Jam. Again, the one previously known as Play Wild. And the next two is a second stream of Echo the Dolphin, which I played, I think, early in the year, or no, not early in the year. I think it would have been last year, actually. And another stream of Seasons After Fall. See if I can get around to finishing that game, because I've only stopped like halfway or a third the way through. Well, oh, Kimberly, are you referring to Seasons After Fall? You've heard of that game, have you? But yeah, that's what I've got planned from now. A lot of stuff to look forward to. Especially with of course, with the more upcoming seasonal streams, such as the Night of the Phantoms and the Jamali Days. Gonna be getting around to those fairly soon. Well, at least the Night of the Phantoms one. Ah, yeah, I getcha. A pun story? What you got? I was playing with my dog toy a few hours. Then I throw the tie I keep catching until I was tired. Ha! Yeah, I getcha. Well, anywho, let's... Now with my plans out of the way, with what I've got announced. Now for me, the best part. Let's chat. So, what's been going on for everyone? How are you all? I know, during those, 4 months in which I've been working on this model, that I've been getting onto other stuff as well. It's just to get a bit of a break from time to time. Oh, yeah. What you gonna be having? Something good? And more importantly, something delicious? Nuggets. Ah, in fact, I actually had nuggets for dinner myself last night. Yeah, always the good kind of nuggets. How do you prepare yours? Because the way I prepare mine, I use an air fryer. I put them in there and have it going for 10 or 15 minutes. Then after the first ding, take out the tray out. Oh, yeah, take out the tray. Take out the tray out. Okay. And I give it a bit of a shake, and I put them back in there for another 10 to 15 minutes. Second ding, and they're ready to go. Indeed I did, Chicky boy. Indeed I did. Oh yeah. And just yesterday, after finally getting some, or getting, yeah, like getting some other stuff done, like both the model and even like other university work, because I'm still on that course. There's certainly going to be some other things which I'm going to be taking up regarding classes. That's for sure, including including other animation classes. Yeah, either getting the model done and other university work done. I actually got around to watching K-pop Demon Hunters yesterday because I've heard how popular it's already become, and when it was released like a few months ago. In fact, when was it actually? It was definitely released this year. Ah. August. August this year. And just like in that less of a in that less than a year, it's already become that good or that popular. Yeah, so it was yesterday I was able to finally check it out myself, and yeah, I can pretty much see why. Just saw it yesterday, and it is already one of the best things I've ever seen. So much so I feel like watching it again already. Oh no, it's not a show, it's a movie. And I actually even noticed that it has a sort of same or maybe similar, or maybe the same kind of animation style as the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse movies, like that kind of style, which I really did appreciate when first I saw the first Into the Spider-Verse movie. A really nice style. Yeah, totally. And I believe, yeah, I think given the fact that like K-pop Demon Hunters was made by the same animation studio, which yeah, which could really show, which really shows it. Yeah, I guess that's what I can pretty much say. And I think like one of the main things I liked about it was that whole like demon slaying aesthetic, which is a bit of a thing I'm really fond of. Oh, anything that involves slaying vile demons, it's me. It's already good. In fact, I even asked one of my friends, or I can even ask you too. If you only, if you could only fight one of these two factions, what would it be? Aliens or demons? What would you choose to fight? Because for me, I would say demons any day. Ah, demons too. Hey. I know one of my friends said the aliens. That's what he would fight. But K-pop Demon Hunters, that's what... that's one of the movies I've just watched recently. And about time, really, because again, beforehand, when I was way too busy for anything else, I was just hearing K-pop Demon Hunters this, K-pop Demon Hunters that, KPDH. But it wasn't just the only thing I've watched. I've watched many other movies during the year, that's for sure. One I've watched as well was Superman, 2025. I was told that it's actually been doing quite well, and it's actually really, really good. I mean, that was before I watched it, and I was even suggested that I check it out. So I thought, oh, all right. And after watching it, I thought, well, it's not groundbreaking, at least in my opinion, but it was still quite a ride. And I believe beforehand, two movies I watched in particular was the live action How to Train Your Dragon, and yeah, even though we pretty much knew the whole story already and how it was going to be, I was actually quite surprised. It's actually a worthy remake, with some changes and additions here and there, but nothing too major to really change anything. Oh boy. You bring up that absolute train wreck of a Snow White movie. Oh boy. Yeah, did not have that in mind until you brought it up. But yeah, How to Train Your Dragon, the live action one. Again, yeah, a worthy remake, surprisingly. Yeah, just stick with the 1937 one. The movie that pretty much kicked off Disney's movie career. Or Disney in general, really. And even, I'm still mentioning Disney, the other movie I watched was Lilo and Stitch. Hey, the How to Train Your Dragon, Cheeky Boy. What do you think? Did you like it? Oh yeah. I mean, the original animated movie was good enough, if not the trilogy. But again, I was surprised with the live action one. It was actually kind of nice seeing it in that kind of light. But yeah, what I mentioned before, Lilo and Stitch. The only thing I could pretty much say about it was, the only thing it was good for was its humor. That's pretty much what I thought about it. The rest of it was kind of eh. And my main issue with the live action Lilo and Stitch was its pacing. Zootopia 2. Yeah, I've heard a thing or two about that. But yeah, the pacing in the live action Lilo and Stitch was the big issue for me, because it seemed, the opening in particular, like the prologue with like Jumba's trial and Stitch escaping, that went way, way too quick. From what I thought, and it seemed like each shot, like in some scenes, seemed to last only like 2 seconds. It's like, oh, there's a shot of them walking up to the house, then a shot walking up the stairs, which lasted for 2 seconds, and then cut to another shot. I thought, oh gosh, there's like way too many like cuts between this shot and that shot. It was a bit of a headache to watch. But yeah, apparently with the drastic changes they did to Lilo and Stitch, with having Jumba being the overall villain instead of Gantu. Well, it's because they said they couldn't get Gantu to work. I think with the type of character that he is and how he's pretty much a giant. But that's really one of the things that I've been catching up on is a lot of the new movies that we've gotten during the year. And I don't really have many. Oh, actually, I almost forgot this one. And this one was pretty much the one I'm never gonna forget. The one movie I did see as well is the Minecraft movie. Hey. And what I thought with that one is, well, as I've said constantly about it, it was stupid, but it was fun. Like, not that I didn't like it, I still did, but it's just like the kind of movie it is. Like, it's one of those movies that you're not supposed to take seriously. Yeah, it should work. I mean, I've played with like other VTuber stuff and had it up on Discord. In fact, there was even a moment at which I introduced VTubing to one of my university classes by VTubing. But the model I used was just like a standard like human character, which I made an avatar of myself. It's kind of like, and the software I used for that was basically, oh, you give it a template, you give the avatar the kind of hair, eyes, and clothes that you want. Similar to like a character creation in many like RPG games. Oh, Disney's Dinosaur. Very rarely does that come to mind for me. Even though I watched it so many times. But the Minecraft movie, I do want to ask, how many of you have you seen that movie? Because I've really got a thing to say or two about it. Oh, you haven't? Oh, yeah. No biggie, really. And in case you're wondering, when I went to see it in cinemas, there was no chicken jockey shenanigans. Oh, well, there was, but it wasn't. It did result with everyone like rioting a little bit. That was actually before. I went to see it before that got here in Australia. Like the closest thing I actually got to that chicken jockey shenanigans was still in that same cinema. Was when some kids shouted it. Oh, and in fact, actually, I have that particular clip of it. Well, yeah, I have a clip of it. I mean, I didn't actually sneak a video recording of it, but it's mostly audio only, but I just didn't want to be seen with my phone out and look a little suspicious. But, where would I have it? Oh yeah, here. I'll just set this up for you for this real quickly. And I'll make a tab for it on my streaming software. Is it gonna come up? Or is it gonna take its time a little bit? Oh, here we go. You would have heard that bit there, but don't worry, hang on. Add source, media source. Or maybe I should just no, this should work too. Hang on. What am I thinking? But yeah, again, like some 2 or 3 kids shouting chicken jockey as soon as Jack Black set it up on the movie. Here we are. But yeah, have a look at this. This is so good. I might resize it here like so. So it's not taking like the whole screen, but just have a look here. Just check this out.
Chicken jockey!
That was the moment. That was my chicken jockey moment. So yeah, it's mostly audio only, but I just synced it to that clip which I downloaded. But believe it or not, that was not the biggest moment for my cinema when I went to see it. It wasn't the chicken jockey, but rather it's when how do I want to say it? But yeah, but actually the one moment that got everyone in the cinema lit, myself included, is something that which I'm actually quite buggered that I didn't sneak a recording of this as well. But the one moment to which the one I joined in as well with everyone else was when it went, "Who are you?" "I am Steve." Yeah, that was the moment. Jack Black went, "I am Steve." Everyone said it alongside him. Everyone applauded. Hey. Oh, that was so good. Which is why I said, like, it was stupid, but it was fun. That's what I mostly said about the Minecraft movie. But yeah, that's pretty much what I've been up to. During those 4 months, apart from working on my model. Let me see about that. Which message? Oh, do you mean the software? Oh. Well, one thing's for sure about still mentioning chicken. One of the things I would often say, I have after reading it from a video about bad signs, avoid rude and unreasonable chicken. Oh, which reminds me, I have 3 particular obsessions when it regarding chicken. Well, all 3 involve chicken. And I actually just mentioned the Minecraft movie before. Like, the first one, in particular, is the Chickadee China. You know, the Chinese chicken. Oh, there we go. Kind of leaned a bit too far there. Because you know in the song, Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken, you have a drumstick and your brain stops ticking. You know? As the song 1 Week says. And the second one is the lava chicken. La 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 lava, chicken. I thought that was actually fairly accurate how they did that whole thing with lava and chicken. That KFC machine that we call it in the Minecraft game. Oh, if you're referring to the song 1 Week, yeah. Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken. And then, la 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 lava, chicken. And then this sign which I found on the internet which says, avoid rude and unreasonable chicken. So, Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken, lava chicken, and avoid rude and unreasonable chicken. Those are the 3 things which I've gotten obsessed about regarding chicken. Oh yeah, those you can expect. And actually, one of the things I forgot to mention regarding plans is that not only will I have like the upcoming streams, such as the one I just gave you a sneak peek of, but also for the adventures, it's that I'm thinking that I might do some challenges as well. Like, do something a little bit more different rather than just like a standard playthrough of the adventures. Yeah. And I thought just to embarrass myself, I probably might sing a song or 2. Because apparently that's what I'm really good at doing. Like, embarrassing myself. Because the amount of cringe memories I've racked up throughout my life, it's too much to bear. And I think it's because of a little thing called autism. Like, oftentimes I'd say or do things which is a little out of the ordinary for some other people. So really. But But I guess that's what apparently was what gets me all those cringe memories, which I keep racking up, even to this day. And like the amount of times which I'm just going about my day and I get like one of those like cringe memories just suddenly hit me in my head. I'm just like, And to someone looking at me, they would assume I'm having a stroke. So honestly, if you think I'm a complete oddball, how do you think I feel? Ugh. And for the possibility of getting a song in. Well, if anyone's willing to make some instrumental versions of a song, which I'm interested in doing, if I can't find one myself. Yeah, really. Well, it just depends on the song, really. Like, I'm not really much of a singer. It's just... It all just comes down to the type of song which I believe I could be quite good at. Yeah, apologies if I do that from time to time. Just getting a sip of water. But that's pretty much, that's largely me right now. Anything else been going on for you? Anything else been happening? Ah, yeah. Some activities and chores. I mean, I do a few myself, such as dishes and washing. Especially like washings that I would really, really need done. And from time to time taking out the rubbish. All that stuff. In fact, here's a bit of an idea. Like, I'm not sure if... Like, I don't really know about you or if some others do this as well, but... How about... Whenever you take a dish out... for your food... Or whatever you're eating... Once you're done with it... Why not wash it right away and then put it back? Instead of just putting it in the sink and having it pile up. That's what I do. I take a plate or any other dish to have my food with, and when I'm finished with my food, I wash it and then whoosh, back in it goes. That's what I do. But I guess that's not a bad idea too. I think like the most part I would use paper plates for is parties. I know I have a few things to get up to in the coming days and even after this. But what I was mostly getting on stream for was basically this. Just to basically debut this model. And debut as a VTuber now. Like, finally. So now I can tell you for sure that I can finally rest. Yeah, that's fair enough. In fact, how long have we been here now? For about an hour and 10 minutes now. Yeah, not that I was really going to do anything major. Like, I wasn't going to do... like a stream of a game or anything. I was just here to debut this model. So, if nothing else is happening too much right now, I could probably be on my way within the next few minutes. But yeah, you'll definitely see this in other forms. And perhaps after getting through some other university stuff, you'll see some other content. But yeah, but yeah, this is where I'm finally at right now. Yep, totally. Put a lot of time and effort into it. And again, I could definitely have a whole lot of updates to it over the coming years, that's for sure. So it's not going to be like this the whole time. So what else? And even so, not just with this, but I can even have like a whole lot of other stuff for my stream, such as like a whole new layout. Like you can see in the like you can see with the chat here, instead of having to use like a pop out of the YouTube chats and then just stick there. I can now have it in this kind of style. And probably some other stuff for it too. It's like a like getting those like a pre-stream a scene, like what you just saw at the start with getting ready and everything. I don't plan to have it like this the whole time, and that looked a bit awkward there with the transition. So I'm not gonna have it like that the whole time. Once I make something, I'll have an entirely different screen for it. And I also don't think I've even prepared an intermission screen as well. That'll be the like the one which I would have, which I'll switch to when I need to go AFK for for the time being. But yeah, I'll definitely update some other things as well. I didn't really plan on that. I mostly just planning to use the model for live streams, for the most part. Not really for like other videos and such. I guess it just depends on what I plan to do. Yeah, totally. But how has it been now? Yeah, 1 hour and 15 minutes now. Well, I think that's really covered it all, really. Finally here with this this model to show and to use in future live streams. So then, those who tuned in, thank you all so much for your patience. I guess I could, yeah, hang on. How's that look, huh? Yeah, I guess that would be, this will be more appropriate doing it this way, but yeah, so, but again, thank you all so much for your patience for, while I was silent for these 4 months. And to those who tuned in, thank you all so much for watching. And I will see you again next weekend for the Night of the Phantoms. But until then, take it easy.